make the bad man stop.
As you all know, this bad man is never going to stop in this Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Oh, we got a lot to talk about today, because you want to know why, even when it's bad, even when it's terrible, even when it's awful, even when it's just putrid, we'll still talk Giants. Unless we're going to start talking Knicks soon, which we are going to start talking Knicks soon. We got to talk about Julius rocked the mic like a Randall because of the fact that he gave the thumbs down gesture to the New York Knicks fans, kind of shushing them. Could have Ben Simmons trade be fall behind. I did a video about that 3 weeks ago, which gained a lot of traction, so I'm very happy about that. I want to talk about the smooth sounds of Kenny G. Bringing you the smooth sounds of Kenny G. 72 million. Not worth it. As you can plainly see. As you can plainly see, that $72 million has never been worth it for Kenny G. But the Giants wide receiver coach has a theory, has an epiphany, has a thought process why Kenny has been struggling. And was it kind of a subtle dig to Daniel Jones? I was kind of thinking about this. And what he basically said was, we're going to get to the last comment before the first comment. What he basically said is, like I tell a lot of people all the time, Kenny is 6'4". So a lot of times he's open when he's not open because of his catch radius. If a quarterback or whoever is not used to throwing to a guy like that, then it might take some time. Yeah. There's some validity in that. Okay, so basically you're just saying it was kind of Daniel Jones's fault that he was not throwing the balls at Kenny G because he didn't know his catch radius was there. I'm not sure if that's a dig at Kenny or if that's a dig at Daniel Jones. I think it's interesting that he's 70 of his targets, 70 of his past targets this season as a Giant. Only 46 of them came with Jones, and the other 25 came with Glennon. So maybe there was some validity in that time. The Giants have they've tried to get Kenny the ball more since week 12. He's been targeted 37 times over that thing, catching only 14 though. But, the quarterback hasn't, like our wide receivers coach is saying, maybe the quarterback hasn't built up that repartee. Didn't they all go to the Jones camp? Didn't they do everything that Daniel Jones asked them to do? That's interesting. Kenny right now has caught 34 passes out of 70 targets for 48.6, 499 yards, 0 touchdowns, while winning 14 out of 30 contested balls, which is a 46.7%, which is career lows. And that's not counting his injury-shortened 2020 season. And I love it because you always have the next gen stat. Kenny has only averaged 1.7 yards of separation this season, which is down exponentially from 1.9. Next in Jats just make you want to bang your freaking head against the wall. I said it before with the smooth sounds of Kenny G. I don't think he was special. Bringing you the smooth sounds of Kenny G. 72 million. Not worth it. As you can plainly see. The Detroit Lions were not upset when he left. Detroit Lions fans were upset when they left. I told you, I talked to 2 fans. They were like, so, good luck. Keep him. We don't want him. He didn't want to leave the building when he got into MetLife. So you can blame the quarterback, you can blame the scheme, you can blame the ability that the fact that they did not just understand that we need to have him throwing the ball even when he looks covered. He's not Plexico Burress, we all know that. Plexico Burress was a playmaker by ability. He wasn't just a guy that could get contested passes. He used his size, he used his strength, and he used his speed to outman, outmuscle, and outplay defensive backs when he was with the Giants and even with Pittsburgh. But come on. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, this is what we've come to now towards the end of the season. That the issues with Kenny were pretty much the quarterback. That's what I'm seeing it. That's what I'm seeing it as. Patrick Graham right now is not focused on head coaching opportunities. Yeah, good, because your defense dropped to 20th. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Patrick Graham, he's just so wonderful. Can we just focus on what his defense became? He never changed his defensive philosophy from last year. The league adjusted. They went from the way they played last year to dropping to 20th this year. They couldn't get off the field on third downs. They garnered no pass rush. He didn't understand that you can't play man-to-man when you have people like Bradbury and Adoree Jackson. It's okay. You can do that. I'm not a Patrick Graham hater, but I'm not going to sit there and tell people that, oh my God, he had such a wonderful season. He should be the next head coach. He's a good coordinator. And maybe he gets a couple more years of seasoning. But listen, his defense dropped exponentially. How many points have they been giving up? And I love it because they're like, well, they held into the games into the third quarter. Yeah, and then the wheels fell off the bus. And the people will point out the last game against the Eagles where we gave up all these points, but they also don't point the fact that the time of possession was like 30 seconds in favor of the Eagles. Same with last week. I mean, it's same with Dallas. Time of possession was like nothing. There was like no difference in time of possession. But that's all right. We don't want to talk about that. That's crazy. We just want to talk about how he's a wonderful coordinator and all these people want him. I'm sorry, not the Dallas game, the Bears game. I'm sorry, I was talking the Bears game. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a snow day. Kids are home. Everybody's home. I'm hiding in the basement. It's a snow day. Is this season over yet? Can we just start talking about the draft and free agency? And people are like, what about free agency, Tim? Who are you going to stay and who is going to go? And I love it because you see on Twitter, because people are like, well, this guy's going to go because he's not going to be a guy of the new general manager. That's just a stupid statement. I hate when people say that. I think there's an idiocy to that statement. If you have talent and you weren't drafted by someone, they're not going to get rid of you. If you are at the end of your contract and you have not played well and the current regime would get rid of you and the new regime will probably get rid of you as well. I never understood. Now, it's not the same like a coach not being able to pick his quarterback. Your talent is your talent. People should be smarter than this. And I don't know why they're not. If you have talent and you weren't drafted by someone, you still have talent. If you're at the end of a contract and you coming back from an injury like Peppers, and you probably wouldn't have been re-signed by the current organization or the current regime that you have, general manager, you're probably not going to be re-signed by the other guy. Not because of the fact that you didn't draft him, it's because of the fact that you probably weren't going to re-sign him anyways because you don't have the salary cap and he doesn't fit into the system. You could talk about getting Will Hernandez and say, well, Will Hernandez wasn't drafted by the new guy. Will Hernandez hasn't played well in 4 years. And nothing to do with being drafted. Lorenzo Carter's the same way. Lorenzo Carter plays good for 3 games, or well for 3 games, and people are like, oh my God, we need to resign him. Yeah, give him a 1-year prove-it deal. That's probably what he's going to get in the rest of the league. It has nothing to do with him not being drafted by the new general manager. That's why I got to stay off Twitter. It's the idiocy sometimes on Twitter that just gets to you. Should we talk about the Washington football game? No. Because I hope we lose by 50. And I know that's not a good thing to say, but I want Joe Judge fired. I want Joe Judge gone. I want the wheels to fall off the bus. I want everything that could happen, bad happen so we could go out and get someone like Jim Harbaugh. Retool this entire organization, restart from this entire organization. Because I love it because Joe Judge is already talking about what he's going to do on Monday when he comes back. Now, hopefully you're cleaning out your office. And I'm not being totally sarcastic when I'm saying I hope hope the Washington beats us by 100. I'm not being totally sarcastic. You always want to win. Trust me, when I went to the game in 17, I stood on, and I went to the other games in 18 during bad seasons. You still want to win. You don't want to lose. Like I said, I was at that game in 18 against Washington when it was negative 14 degrees, and I stood on the sideline the entire game. 2 hours before kickoff and an hour after the game, and I was still standing on the sideline. Because I am a diehard fan. But I'm not an idiot fan. And in some ways, that's what I think the organization is counting on, some of the fans' idiocy. That they will just follow everything blindly. We got to show them we're smarter than that. We got to show them that, yeah, we can still love and support the team, but we can also still call you out when you make stupid mistakes and do dumb things. I think that's what we need to focus on as fans. We need a turnaround. We need an enema. We need to flush this out because you know what? It stinks not only from the fish, but it stinks from the general manager, the owner, and the head coach. It's time to go. It's time just to end this. Let's get this season over. Let's focus on what we need to do. Let's focus who we need to be, and let's focus on being an actual proper NFL organization, because we haven't been one of those in years. And this we are the laughing stock of the league with Joe Judge. I have friends all over the country, and I talk to people all over the country all the time. As people know, I also talk to people all over different continents, different countries. And we're a laughing stock. We're a joke. We are the worst team. Jaguars may have a worse record, but we are, same with the Lions, we are the worst team in the NFL. And that's not what we need to be. We are the New York Giants. Some say we must be great. Pasadena is our business Super Bowl. We just can't wait. 86, 1990, 2007, 2011. We don't talk about 2000. The 2000 Super Bowl never existed. I was there in Tampa. That game did not exist. I went to 2 Giants Super Bowls, 86 and 2000. Couldn't wait for 2007, I guess. I wasn't smart enough. But you know what? We got to focus. We got to stay strong. Focus, balance, use power. Okay to lose the opponent, but not to fear. Mr. Miyagi, Karate Kid 3. Got into that Cobra Kai thing. Had to watch like 4 seasons of it. I don't know how many seasons it was. It's kind of interesting, especially for an 80s kid. Seeing all these guys like 100 years old. And you look in the mirror and go, wow, I'm just as old as they are. What the frig happened? We're going to have some fun videos coming up. As I announced yesterday, we will be doing Met games. We will be doing live Met games. We will be streaming them. I can't wait to do them. I've always got an affinity for baseball, and people always tell me that I have the melodious voice to do baseball. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe we'll just give it a try. All right, everyone, it's 3-2 to Peter Alonso, and he's coming in, and he's looking sharp today. Oh, here's the pitch, and it's a long drive to deep center field. It's going. It's caught at the warning track. Ah! Let's have some fun with it. We'll have sound effects. We'll have fun stuff. We'll do giveaways. We're not going to make it boring. I'm not going to make you sit there for 3 hours and be bored to death. We'll make it exciting. We'll probably do, we're not going to do every game, but we'll do a bunch of games. We're not going to do every game, though. I got a life. I got a wife and kids. I can't spend 3-4 hours a day doing baseball games. But we'll do some. We might even do some spring training. We'll have to wait and see. This season's over, so let's just get it done with. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could please subscribe. Ring that bell, you know what I mean? That'd be awesome.